Now I'm turning the program over to Sharon Closius, our President and CEO, who will share her thoughts on what we have accomplished and also more information on where we're going in the future.
Well, good evening, everybody, again. I have to say that I want to thank the grantees who were able to present and all the grantees that are in the room tonight. It is such a rewarding position that I'm in to be able to witness these great programs that you all do out there. And it's actually difficult to try and say, okay, which three are we going to present this year? So I thank you. And I also want to thank all of you. I don't know how many different events we had this week, but I know I've seen many of you so many times. And I have to actually say, I'm really impressed that we have a full house after all the events that went on this week. So please give yourself that applause. I am going to give you just a few highlights of our year and what's on the horizon for the Community Foundation. And then I have the pleasure of introducing you to our 11 new funds that were established this year that will be doing the grant making that you've already heard about. We received nearly $1.7 million in contributions this year, and that includes a wonderful gift that we received from the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven of $1 million from the Gates Fund that Alan was talking about. This money, as Lynn was mentioned, was $1.5 million of grants went out for all different types of programs. And I encourage you, as Lynn had mentioned, to look at our annual report and look at all the different grants that went out this year. It was really a very, very rewarding year. And thanks to the financial management of TCF, that's the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven, even during this turbulent year, we were able to have a good or positive investment return. I can't say, we have to be careful about what we can say and not say about investment returns, but we had a positive return on a very turbulent year, which I think is fantastic. And again, I don't know, Will's back there. I want to give a round of applause. I don't think Drew is here tonight, is he? Drew is not here tonight. No, okay. Okay. Well, it's wonderful. I mean, that's one of the big advantages that we do have of affiliation with the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven is that we are able to be part of that full investment pool, which is about $400 million and close to 500, I think now, correct? 500 million in assets. So we have a very diversified pool and we get that really wonderful return, which is great. And I know, as Alan had indicated, we are sitting right at that $20 million mark, and my hope is that, 10 more years from now, we'll be sitting at that $100 million mark. So I want to thank all the donors in the room for helping us build this community endowment. Before I go on with some more of my remarks, I do want to acknowledge our board and thank our board for all of the work that they do. I don't know if you've stood up yet, but can you stand up so everybody can see who my board members are? Come on! There we go. Thank you. And then I have two more people that I want to embarrass. And those are my two daughters. None of you guys have, come on, stand up so they know who you are. I am extremely proud of my daughters. They, like you, are in the social service area. Tina is a clinical social worker down at Yale New Haven Hospital. And my daughter Liz is an ABA therapist working personally with all those children that have autism. So I'm very, very proud of them, and I'm so glad they were able to be here tonight. I don't know if you noticed the sign coming in, but our theme for tonight, or for our annual report this year, is Together We Achieve More. And this pays tribute to the rich history of manufacturing in the Valley and serves as a metaphor for what we strive to accomplish. Our close-knit community is very much like an engine. Cogs, gears, spokes, turning in unison, cohesive and efficient. and working together with the same goal in mind. We are all connected. Each one of us has a vital role to play. It might be that you're a single mom raising 3 kids, and your vital role is to raise those kids with integrity, strong values, and the understanding that you are not alone. Your role might be to provide services to that mother so she doesn't feel alone and can be available to her children, and maybe provide some diapers. Maybe you might be a member of the community who can volunteer your time or help raise the needed money to support that service. You get the idea. No man is an island, because if a gear breaks or begins to fall out of sync, the machine slips and it is rendered ineffective. Our individual roles are important, and we need to help one another be the best that they can be. Our theme this year is a reminder, a call to action, a slogan that lets us know that the impact we, as a whole, can have on our community is far greater when we work together. We all know that the Valley is an incredibly special place of people working together, being there for one another. The hometown values of the 1950s are still evident here. And one of the ways we help those in need is the incredible network of our strong nonprofits, 3 of whom you heard about tonight. I am so very proud of the work that we do to support the Valley nonprofits. And beyond the grant making, which we know is extremely important to financially support these programs, we also want to assist the nonprofits in 2 other very critical ways. Coming together to better understand our region and build an informed and engaged community, and coming together to grow impactful philanthropy in the Valley. As Lynn just mentioned, we're just a few months away from publishing the Valley's Community Wellbeing Index. Work groups, unbelievable work groups, have been helping to shape an extensive report on key indicators and trends. This index, as Lynn had mentioned, is going to drill down in a very timely manner local data in which we have a lot of detail that we'll be able to work with. Having a community that is informed, involved, and engaged is paramount in making a measurable difference. It is the hope of all of those involved with this index that it will provide a unified voice to tell the story of our community, its needs, its opportunities, the great work that's being done, as well as the areas that need attention. Further, it's our hope that this will provide the basis for community conversations which will bring people to the table who can help affect change and capitalize on the tremendous assets here in the Valley. There will always be needs and opportunities to make our communities better places to live and to work for everyone. We affect the change in our communities through our state and local governments, and of course our nonprofits. And over the past decade, there has been a shift that many of you probably are aware of, but may not appreciate the fallout. Substantial government cuts are being made to so many of our nonprofit programs. Our local nonprofits are being hit hard. They find themselves in a position to provide more services for fewer dollars. And the field of philanthropy is changing. It is becoming more of a challenge for our local nonprofits to put the needed financial resources toward raising more dollars. So the second way the Community Foundation wants to support our nonprofits is by helping them build their capacity to raise revenue, both current and long-term, to help secure their long-term sustainability. I have a sneaky feeling many of you are starting to receive emails and reminders about next week's Great Give. The Great Give helps our nonprofits build a social media campaign. Some of you may not know this, but it takes a lot to be able to do those social media campaigns. And I want to point to this person to my left here, Jackie Downing, who actually does do the Great Give coordination for everybody. That's a team. It is a team, but I'm going to tell you that Jackie has actually put together programs to help our nonprofits come up with a work plan to be able to do the Great Give, what it takes, put that message out, how to put everything together. It's been a great year for our nonprofits to be able to do this. And so I really will be talking about the Great Give again in a little bit, but I'm going to really encourage you to participate in the Great Give next week. So the last 4 years, because this is our 5th year, I think we've worked in the Great Give. And I want to tell you that in those 4 years so far, the organization supporting the Valley community has raised over $500,000 in these $2,500 types of gifts online. So I really applaud the community, and hopefully we're going to really beat the record this year. Another way we are gearing up to help our nonprofits build capacity is to help them secure gifts they may not have the capacity to handle through their regular means. We are going to be establishing a Valley-wide planned giving program. So why is this important? Because of resource allocation, for one, and our Valley demographics. Colleges and universities with large development staffs are reaching out with their major marketing campaigns, phone campaigns, email campaigns, all looking for those annual gifts, those bequests. To make the field even more competitive, we have hyperlocal, individual-based causes that come through the GoFundMe pages that are pulling at our heartstrings and competing for those philanthropic dollars. Our small community-focused nonprofits simply don't have the dedicated development departments to consistently compete for these kind of funds. And then we have the reality of life. The donors do want to help, but they may not have the expendable income at this time to make a substantial contribution over that annual gift that they've already been giving, at least not during their lifetimes. It's for these reasons that we're going to be working together within the Valley nonprofits and our professional advisors to help make sustainable solutions through a Valley-wide planned giving program that we're going to call the Valley Gives Back. Our nonprofits need an additional source of income. That will grow through the years. They need to have a pipeline of bequests from people who know them now, who care about their programs, who want to provide for our Valley and to give back. Can VCF help by receiving the bequests to help the nonprofits? Yes, will be an option, but it's not about that. It's about the work that these great nonprofits do in our communities and help them find sustainable ways to do their work. Just like we are partnering with them to provide the index, we will work with them to help them build their philanthropy and their sustainability. Imagine a valley where everyone leaves just a little something. Not your whole estate, maybe 2% something, you know? But just leave a little something to the causes that you're passionate about, you know, in your lifetime and that you love about this valley already. To quote Henry Ford, coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Together, we are going to achieve more. Thank you. And just to give you an idea, I would really like our nonprofits in this room to please stand up and be recognized for all the work that you do. Please. Your whole table. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell you, the Valley nonprofits are just incredible, and it just makes me so proud to be one of their funders and to just be there and be available with our funds. So this couldn't be a better time to introduce our new 2015 fund holders, who are now partnering with VCF to make a difference in their own way, right here in the Valley. I'd like to ask our board members one at a time when I call you up, and the fund founders to come up as we present these new funds to our Valley community. And I'm going to ask that after you come up and you receive your gift, that you go to the lobby, because we're going to be having Fred Ortoli take a picture of your